out here another week. We're the Hebrew Israelites, and we're out here through the spirit of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call God and Christ, right? To wake up the people of Negro, Native American, Indian descent, the Latino and Hispanics, right? You make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and I'm out here for y'all, all right? And to prophesy the downfall of America, which is known in the Bible as Mystery Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed in the third world's nuclear war. Thus saith the Lord, all right? America is in the Bible, and it's going to be destroyed in the third world's nuclear war, all right? Give me Proverbs 16 and start at verse 18.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
Exactly, the scripture said, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, right? Because who is the proudest people on the planet right now? Which country is the proudest country? All right, the Edomites, the proudest nation, right? You can't tell them nothing, right? You can't tell them nothing, right? And America, man, the people here are proud. They're proud. When you watch the current events, you see all what's going on. You see all what's going on. You realize that the whole system is crumbling. The whole system is crumbling right before your very face. All right? Look at the economy. It's crumbling right before your very face. All right? Look at the moral values. Right? The moral values crumble right before your very face, but nobody say anything. Everybody's still proud. All right? But what? There's a judgment coming for that. Read it one more time, Mark.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
Exactly. All the pride that the people have is going to go away before the destruction comes. Right? The Most High know how to crush that pride. The Most High know how to do it. Right? And I'm going to give you examples. Right? Examples of ruling nation and ruling kingdom that was before America, who was proud, and how the Most High brought them down and humbled them before their destruction come, before they meet their demise. All right? The same thing is going to happen here. It's no different. The same thing is going to happen here. Give me Daniel, the 4th chapter. Right? I'm going to prove to you that pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, just as the Bible said. All right, just like what the Bible said. All right, Daniel's 4, verse 28. Start at 28. Daniel's 4, verse 28. Because I'm making a point here, again, stressing that the pride of the people will go before their destruction come. And I'm going to give you examples, right, of nations and rulers who were proud. They were proud as hell, right? But the Most High humbled them up and then destroyed them. And I said, America and you Edomites are no different. Read what you got. This is Daniel 4:28.
Daniel chapter 4 and verse 28.
Just to back up what we're saying. Read on.
All this came upon King Nebuchadnezzar.
Right, Nebuchadnezzar was the king of ancient Babylon. Read on.
At the end of 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon.
Read on.
The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty?
Exactly. So Nebuchadnezzar thought he built Babylon by his power and by his might, right? Knowing that there is a God who set him up. Understand? There is a God who had set him up. Understand? But in his pride, he thought he did it, right? He thought he did it, right? Read what you got.
131?
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 31. While the word was in the king's mouth,
while he was talking those words, talking about how he built ancient Babylon by his power, by his might. Read on.
There fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken. the kingdom is departed from thee.
Right? The kingdom was departed from him. Understand? The Most High was going to bring him down now. Right? Was going to bring him down. All right? And I said, mark my words, America is no different. I said, look at your economy. This is a telltale sign. Right? This is a telltale sign. America is collapsing right before y'all's very face. Right? But because of your pride, it's deceiving you. Right? The pride of your heart is deceiving you. Right? America economy is collapsing, it's tanking, and ain't nobody could stop it. All right? Read what you got.
Daniel 5:4-32. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou knowest that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whosoever he will.
Right, so the Most High is telling Nebuchadnezzar he's going to bring him down. And he's going to know that there is a God, there is a power that rule in heaven. Understand? And it's the same thing I'm out here telling y'all. America is no different. Right? Because everybody just doing as they will, what they want to do. Right? Not knowing that there is a God that rule in heaven. And there is a judgment coming. Right? There is a judgment coming for all the actions that you have done. For all the atrocities, the killings, the rapings, the murder, there is a judgment coming, right? And it's going to wipe that proud look, that proud smile off y'all's faces. Read on.
The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hair were grown like eagle feathers, and his nails like bird's claw.
To show you, now this is the king. And you know how a king is always decked out in the best garment, right? His jewelry and all that. But look how the Most High did this king, the king of ancient Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, brought him down to where he's eating grass like a cow, right? His fingernails and toenails grow to like eagle feathers, right? And his hairs look like, his fingernails and his toenails look like eagle's claws, right? And his hair look like eagle's feathers, man, to show you how the Most High bring people down. Read what you got. Verse 34.
And at the end of the day, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praise and honor him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation.
So Nebuchadnezzar, he had to acknowledge that there is a God in heaven. He had to acknowledge that there is a God after the Most High, right, brought him down, right? The Most High had to humble him, right? And the same thing y'all are going to go through, right? Y'all Edomites and you other nations, you Goyams, y'all are going to get a humbling like you ain't going to believe, right? And y'all are going to acknowledge the God of my forefathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Y'all are going to acknowledge his power, right? And y'all are going to be humbled when y'all get brought down. Just watch. Read what you got, Doc.
And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing.
Exactly. Because y'all are nothing in the Most High's sight. Y'all are nothing. You can read that in Isaiah the 40th chapter, right? All you heathens before him are as nothing. You're counted to him less than nothing and vanity. Nebuchadnezzar, he had to humble himself to that. Understand? He had to humble himself to that fact. Understand? The Most High humble him, so he had to acknowledge that fact, that he is nothing. Read on.
And he done according to his will in the armies of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth. And none can stay his hand or say unto him, what dost thou?
Right. Nobody can question the Most High. Jump to verse 37 real quick.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 37.
Now listen what Nebuchadnezzar said. Because this is him getting humbled Right? After the Most High put a spanking on him. Right? After the Most High put a spanking on him, this is what he said. Read on.
Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven.
You see that? He have to praise and honor the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob after the Most High spanked him. Why? His pride went. His pride left him. He ain't saying that he built ancient Babylon anymore by his might. He ain't saying that. He acknowledged the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? The God of the Israelites. Read on.
All whose works are truth, and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride, he is able to abase.
Right, and those who walk in pride, those who are proud, he's able to make a base, meaning he'll bring you down. Right, the Most High know how to bring you down. That's why we read in Proverbs, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. That was one example. I give you another one. Give me Daniel, the 5th chapter. Daniel 5, start at verse 18.
Daniel chapter 5, verse 18.
This is Nebuchadnezzar's son. Read on.
O thou king, the Most High God, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom.
Read on.
And majesty, and glory, and honor.
Right, the Most High set up Nebuchadnezzar to rule over ancient Babylon. Right? Gave him all the glory. Right, read on.
And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages tremble and fear before him. Whom he slew, and whom he kept alive, and whom he set up, and whom he put down.
Exactly, because Nebuchadnezzar was the king. All right, read on.
But when his heart was lifted up,
when he got lifted up with pride, when he got proud, read on.
And his mind hardened in pride,
read on.
He was disposed from high kingly thrones, and they took his glory from him.
Exactly, and it's the same thing going on now, right? The same thing going on now, right? You Edomites, because everybody have a biblical nationality. I want to get that out there, right? We, as a nation of people, the people of Negro, Native American, Indian descent, the Latino, and Hispanics, right? We are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, all right? The so-called white man, his biblical nationalities, he is an Edomite, all right? And y'all are proud. So what's going to happen? The Most High is going to make y'all a base before your destruction. Read what you got.
And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he pointed it over it whosoever he will.
Exactly, so the Most High set up whoever he will, right? So ain't no need for no one to be proud. Ain't no need for no one to be proud. Understand? Because the Most High set up who he wants, and he takes them down whenever he feels like, right? Just like America was set up, and now it's time to take it down. All right, read on.
And now his son, O Belshazzar, has now humbled thy heart. Thou knewest all this.
Right. So his son Belshazzar, he knew what the Most High did with his father, Nebuchadnezzar. He saw it with his own eyes. He witnessed it, right? But still, he got propped up. He got proud, right? He got propped up and he got proud. But let's see what happened. I said, when you get too proud, when you get too big for your britches. Read on.
But and lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessel of his house before thee. And thou, Lord, thy wives and thy concubines have drunk wine in them. And thou hast praised the God of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor knew. And the God whose hand thy breath is in the who are all thy ways, and thou not glorified.
Exactly. Read what you got. Read what you got.